Also top at 6, Broward Sheriff Gregory Tony's future in law enforcement could be coming to an end.
A state panel finding probable cause to revoke his certification. Local 10's Roy Ramos is back now from that meeting in Orlando and is live now from BSO headquarters with what is next. Roy.
Calvin and Nicole, well, Sheriff Gregory Tony was not present for that hearing, nor did he have a lawyer there on his behalf either. It's important to note that he did not have to be there for today's hearing, but if he was present, he would have had the opportunity to dispute some of those findings against him. He'll now have 21 days to respond.
Determination of probable cause is the final step.
A state panel made up of 3 members met Tuesday to review the cases of 80 police and correctional officers whose cases of moral character were considered. On that list, Broward County Sheriff Gregory Tony not present for the hearing. The panel finding there is probable cause to revoke Tony's law enforcement certification. This, the first step in the administrative process that could lead to the sheriff having it stripped away.
We'll issue an administrative complaint along with an election of rights form. He'll need to return that with us to elect how he wishes to proceed with this case.
Gregory Tony has been Broward's top cop for 3.5 years. He was first appointed by the governor in 2019 and then elected in November of 2020, but controversy has followed him. He received a no-confidence vote by the union representing BSO deputies who raised ethical and legal questions surrounding his vetting process. At issue in the hearing today, this complaint we obtained that states what led to the probable cause determination, which concluded that Tony provided false information on an application for a Florida driver's license more than a half-dozen times. It was in 1999 when Tony applied for a Florida driver's license. The application asked if he'd ever had his license suspended, to which he wrote yes for a Pennsylvania ticket. From 2002 and over the course of the next 17 years, Tony would apply for 11 more Florida driver's licenses. However, on 8 of those applications, he replied no to his license ever being revoked or suspended. Investigators learned that Tony's license had been suspended on August 3, 1993 for failure to appear in court, and again on January 23, 1998 for failure to appear in court on 5 separate cases. So the sheriff will have 3 different options on how he can respond here. He can request an informal hearing, he can request a formal hearing, or he can relinquish his certification altogether. It's also important to note that he does not need that certification to remain as sheriff. That would mean solely that he would have to surrender his rights as a police officer, meaning that he would no longer be able to make an arrest. We have reached out to the sheriff. We are still waiting to hear back with how he will respond. For now, near Fort Lauderdale, Roy Ramos, Local 10 News.